Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead, and today we are doing something that we have not done in a few months. It's time to get more organized, people. Time to save some money. We got a big family, lots of mouths to feed, and they're hungry. Can you believe that our kids actually expect to eat 3 meals a day? I know it's ridiculous, but it's law, so we gotta do it. No. Anyway, we have lots of kids.
We have 6 kids at home. Our oldest is out. We have 7 children, but our oldest he's left the coop.
He's flown the coop. 3 of which kids eat more than me by a lot.
Yes. Yeah, they are monsters. But we have loads of kids, and they like to eat lots and lots of food.
So we got to figure every which way we can to save money. And today we're going to show you how we put together a monthly meal plan that feeds all of us for under $500 for the month. So I figure what we'll do is we'll just go through the process of what we do, and then at the end we'll kind of just roughly tally everything up and give you some tips and tricks along the way. And if you notice over here, we've got this handy dandy calendar. It's actually taped to the table so that we don't move it around.
So I don't move it and mess up the shot.
However, it's upside down for right now because that's where the camera is. But at the end of the video, I will invert it so that you can see exactly how we did everything. You'll see it upside down while we're filming. I know, sorry, but you can understand. You'll get it.
Yeah.
So anyway, first thing we do is go grab our cookbooks and most importantly, recipes. And one thing that I forgot that you're gonna have to, oh, you got them off the...
I keep all of the recipes
You talk, I'll be right back.
I got it.
No,
the one that's on
our meal plans.
Oh yeah, so I keep the recipe that I'm using for that day up on the cabinet door. I've put one of those 3M hooks, and the sticky part comes off really, really easily, and then I use one of these clips, and I just hook it up there. Well, after a while, I forget to put them back in the big, humongous binder, so they kind of stay up here. So I have to do that ever so often and reorganize those.
Ooh, she's throwing stuff. And this is one of the most important weapons in our arsenal. And that is former meal plans. And the reason for that is because you'll be sitting here trying to figure out, oh, I need a recipe for this one, or I need something for that spot, and you're just drawing a blank. Well, this is an excellent way to jog your memory and go, oh, I remember, that was tasty. So, oh, yeah, tasty, yeah.
So then we'll fill that recipe into a blank spot in our recipe planner.
Correct.
So what I do is I have this blank grid on a piece of paper that I made as a Google Doc, and if you want a copy of that, please email us and I will make sure that you get a copy of that. But it's just a simple grid with the days of the week at the top, and I fill it in for each month. I used to have where I'd print it off from like I don't know, whatever that mail service is. Anyway, doesn't matter. The Gmail, I would print it out, but then all of our calendar dates were written on there, and I didn't want all that on there. I wanted it just for meals. So I do have a calendar off to the side so I can see if we have some weird event going on. Yeah, special day. Like
birthdays or 4th of July.
Exactly.
Because those things are going to help determine, or you need to just make sure that you're planning for them, because you don't want to have your calendar full and then you're like, oh, it's little Johnny's birthday. Sorry, you're stuck with blood sausage.
Or pork and beans, which there's nothing wrong with that. I grew up eating that and I loved it. Okay, so what I do is I just write the month at the top of the page and the year just for fun. And then I look at my calendar to find out when the first is, and then I fill it in. And I should have had this open, sorry. And we've got loads and loads of recipes. These are amazing resources, guys. Go to yard sales, thrift stores, find old church cookbooks. They have some amazingly frugal recipes in here that are from scratch meals. You know, they're not can of soup of this or packet of onion soup mix or you know, stuff like that. And trust me, if you like to do that, that's great. But we like to cook from scratch. Simple ingredients, flour, butter, sugar, one name ingredients.
And now, as Mama's getting set up over there, one thing that a lot of you guys who watch our channel know is that we sell and use and love Thrive Life freeze-dried foods. Now, we started out doing that because it was a preparedness thing for those what-if scenarios in life where there's snowstorm, electricity's out, you know, the what if stuff, you know, a storm's there, blah, blah, blah. And you've got food that is not going to go bad without refrigeration. We are incorporating those items into our menu plan. So don't think that if we say, oh, well, we're going to have chicken teriyaki, that does not necessarily mean we're buying chicken breasts. It could realistically be that we're going to go pull from our stored foods, which are just on the pantry. So don't misunderstand that. This is not like, hey, there's no Thrive Life recipes in here. Matter of fact, they're all over the place. It's just we cook differently now. Right.
You know, if you want, say, what is it, Swiss steak or...
How about beef tips and noodles?
Beef tips and noodles. Well, we buy mushrooms, but we don't put a ton of mushrooms in there. And we don't buy mushrooms anymore because we use our Thrive mushrooms.
Yep.
Because anytime we would use just a tiny little package of mushrooms, we would never use the whole thing. Because not everyone in a family likes mushrooms. So I use a small amount of mushrooms, and it's just to flavor the meal instead of being an overabundance of mushrooms in this meal, and then none go to waste.
Yeah, so she only scoops out from the Thrive Life can what we need, uses it in the recipe, puts the can back on the shelf, because these things are shelf stable for a really, really long time.
Even after you open it, the shelf stability is at least a year.
Okay.
So
first things first, she's got the calendar labeled with the correct month. And also, so we're planning for next month, even though we've got, about a week left?
About
give or take.
Yeah, about a week.
So then fill in the dates. Like we have a birthday.
We have two.
Two birthdays.
2 birthdays this month.
Plus the 4th of July.
Right.
So she'll go ahead and fill those in. And what we do with the birthday meals is our kids are allowed to go ahead and pick whatever's for dinner on their birthday. So we'll ask them. But one of our daughters, she's actually G-tube fed. So she doesn't really eat the same foods we do. We've got other things for her. But we still let her pick, even though she's not going to physically eat it through her mouth.
Right. She gets to pick, whatever special thing that is. And, one of her favorite things is snow cones.
And that's great. Because what we do is we'll make the other kids that have regular diets... They want the cherry, or they want watermelon, or they want strawberry. But Grace gets a vanilla plain Jane snow cone, no flavor.
No, but she still loves it because she still gets to participate in what we're doing.
Yeah. And so, we try to do stuff like that to keep her involved as much as we can.
Yep.
So even though it's not her date to pick her birthday meal, she still does,
Yep.
Okay, so we got 3 special days on there. And 4th of July is on a Wednesday this year.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's interesting. However, 4th of July, are we going anywhere? I don't know if we're going anywhere.
I have no idea.
I'm going with a no.
It's still too far away.
I'm going with a no. And you know what? Here's one of the cool things about when you plan out this far is that if you don't use that meal for that specific day, fine. Save it for another time.
Yep.
But let's go ahead and say that, the kids will probably do a hot dog roast outside.
We'll probably, or we can even do campfire meals.
Yeah, campfire meals. Now, as she's writing that in there, if you don't know what a campfire meal is, then you probably were not a Boy Scout or Girl Scout.
Well, and a lot of people call them hobo meals. I don't really like that term. We call them campfire meals because they're meals you cook on the campfire.
What you do is you take some thick pieces of aluminum foil, cut it out about like this big, and then you put your ingredients in them and you fold it into a packet. So you could have ground beef or sausage and potatoes and cheese and everything that you want to have in a sloshed up meal. You just throw it all in there and you put it on a hot bed of coals. Oh, that was a campfire, but now it's coals. And so you just wait about 20 minutes and then it's done.
Oh, it's so good.
So, okay, she's got campfire meals on there. Any other special days? Ruth's I know exactly what she wants.
Spaghetti.
That's her favorite thing. And so while we're doing this too, guys, we're also keeping in mind a few other things. Number one, we don't want to eat garbage.
Nope.
We're going to do our best not to have boxed up food, prepackaged anything. We try to make it from scratch. That way we can monitor what's going in. Salt levels, fat levels, not having too much meat in your diet or too much pasta. So we know Ruth's favorite thing in the world is spaghetti.
Yes.
So spaghetti it is. And then what we'll also do is we'll give a day, no, I take that back. I was going to tell you that we give a leftover day. Well, we don't do that. We used to do that.
And actually sometimes we do. However, for lunches, the kids will eat leftovers from dinners the previous nights. If we have any left over, which happens on occasion because one kid is working or, one kid's not hungry. Anyway, so we'll have, leftovers for lunch, and whatever is left during the week, if we want to have a leftover night, we throw one in.
Right. So as we're going through, we may say, oh, we need a leftover night here because there's like 4 or 5 meals that we probably won't finish.
Right.
So that said, the next thing we'll do is we'll go back through our older meal plans and we kind of look for stuff that we either did not actually end up using or we really, really liked and want to have it back on there.
One of my favorites is the creamy sausage and tomato pasta.
Delightful.
It is so good. And let me tell you, folks, it is so easy and it's inexpensive to make. It's a very frugal meal.
Well, as you're putting that down, I'll describe the meal.
Okay.
What it is you take sausage, whether it's kielbasa or beef sausage, and you cut that up nice and fine, and then there's onions and garlic in the pan, and you saute all that stuff, but then there's diced tomatoes and some cream, heavy cream that goes in there to make a really just amazing sauce. And then you put that over whatever pasta you like, and we prefer the farfalle pasta, the little bow tie pasta, and it stretches a long way, and that's a meal that you can get away for about $5-6.
Yep.
And feed our whole crew. So, okay, now another thing we generally do is we know that we're gonna have some kind of an Italian meal, usually at least every other week.
Oh, at least. So we've got spaghetti here. However, we make our own pizza from scratch. Dough, sauce. The only thing I've tried to make mozzarella cheese with our milk. It's not, I'm still working on it. When I get it perfected, then we'll do a video on it. So we like to have a pizza night. And it's usually a Friday or a Saturday night, usually Friday night.
Keep going, I forgot something.
Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and throw in at least a pizza night and then a calzone night.
Ooh, calzones.
So we'll do that. And sometimes if one of the kids decides, well, I prefer a calzone as opposed to a pizza.
No problem.
That's easy because it's the same ingredients. All I have to do is fold it over.
Well, we like to have the ricotta cheese in the calzones, but you can make them however you want.
Yeah.
You can make them however you want. So we got some Italian on there, baby. What about the last week of the month? Are we going to go with a Sunday, maybe a lasagna?
Oh,
or
now you're talking my love language.
Ooh,
I love lasagna.
I make a mean lasagna.
And I've tried for years to make a really good lasagna, a really healthy lasagna.
You don't put squash in lasagna.
He doesn't like my healthy lasagna.
It's healthy. It's edible. It's just not lasagna.
I know.
It's just, and you know what? If somebody from another country came and said, "Here, I want you to try this. It's called Geflügelfleisch," and you ate it and you went, "Man, that's great, Geflügelfleisch," but it's just not lasagna.
Right. So we'll go ahead and put lasagna the way he makes it, because he really does make a fantastic lasagna.
Okay. Now, the next thing we'll do is we like a lot of Mexican food. So whether it's quesadillas are cheap and easy, and the kids love them. They're fast.
And you can put whatever you want on them.
Don't put squash in them.
Okay, stop. We've made pizza ones. I've made ham and cheese ones, like for lunch. I'll have the tortillas and then just put ham and cheese. That is really good. And then you're cutting back on your bread. What else have we made?
Oh, you know that recipe that I came up with? The
Mexican
pizzadilla.
No, I already said that one.
Well, did you say it?
I did. And then he makes Mexican layered ones.
Like it's like a lasagna, but we do it Mexican style.
Yeah.
So instead of like a tomato sauce, you put in there refried beans, onions, and cheese, and then some kind of sauce, and then layer it up. And then you cut it off like a little piece of pie.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
So good.
So get a couple Mexican meals on there, if you don't mind, baby cakes.
Okay. Let's see.
And we've got chicken burrito, maybe. Haven't had chicken burrito in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Sounds yummy.
Go back over here. And one of her recipes that is far and away delicious and awesome, and we have a video for it, is red beans and rice. But we just had it.
Yeah, Claire asked for that as her last meal home.
Going away.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and keep looking. How many you got there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8.
So, but how many have you put on is what I was
8.
meaning. 8. You put on, I meant how many Mexican meals, sorry.
Oh, 2.
2. Love tacos. I love tacos. She loves fish tacos.
Fish tacos are so good.
We can do fish tacos.
Okay.
Because we know also when we sit down to plan, guys, we already know what the sales are going to be. Because a lot of the food stores we shop at, they advertise in advance.
Yeah.
Like Aldi. 2 thumbs up for Aldi.
We can go in and fill 2 grocery baskets or carts
full,
and it'll be less than $300. And that's getting
a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Cheeses, lunch meats, meats. Well, we don't buy pork and beef right now. We have been buying chicken because we don't have our own meat birds yet.
But we have.
Yes.
We just processed a cow and some pigs.
Right. Now, you have to understand, we have a small farm and we do raise a lot of our own food, and the cost that we're telling you does include the feed for those animals.
Yep.
Right now, they don't eat a lot of food, a lot of grain, let's just say that. They eat lots of grass.
Which is free.
It's free. It doesn't cost us anything. So the feed that we give our animals is included in our grocery costs. For chickens, for our layer feed, and for our dairy cattle feed, she gets a little bit of a supplement to keep her milk up, and so that's included in that fee.
But to add to what you're saying, the $500 per month bill, if you will, we're figuring that in without having our own sources of food. Like if you went to the Aldi stores and bought what we're telling you is on our meal plan, it still will be less than $500 if you're doing it right.
Exactly.
So even though in reality, we're only spending like $275.
Right.
Because we have all these other food sources.
Right. We get all of our milk from our cow, which then converts to yogurt and butter, and then of course milk.
And cheese.
I make a nice soft cheese that we spread on sandwiches. Yep, it's so delicious.
Yep. So just wanted to make that caveat because you may be going, well, that's easy for you. You're on a farm. No, the prices we're still saying will make it under. Okay, meatless meals. We try to make sure that we have at least 1 meatless meal per week, and sometimes 2.
Yeah.
Most of the time 2.
Most of the time too.
So salad and bread.
Especially now with it being summertime.
Yeah. Salad and bread's great because the kids, I thought when we first started doing it, I thought they would push back.
Oh no, are you kidding?
But what we found out was they love the kind of meals that they can kind of customize their own thing. they've got 10 different choices out here, and I want this and I want that. No, you can keep it that.
Right.
And that really works because then they feel like it's their own, and it makes it a more fun experience.
Right.
And they don't think it's being healthy.
No, we get the bell peppers and cucumbers and tomatoes and carrots and all kinds of different veggies that you can put on your salad. Then there's dried fruits that they can put, sunflower seeds and almonds, and then the dressings, and then cheese. There's so many things that they can put on their salad that is, yeah.
Well, and being that we're in the growing season, stuff's not coming out of the garden yet.
Right.
But when it does, the grocery bill goes down even further.
Can you bar the door?
Okay, so you got a couple salads on there.
Not yet. I only have one so far.
Okay, well, you look for spots, and then we'll talk about other meatless meals that are great, which you want to save a lot of money, kids. Fried rice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, fried rice. It's one of those things where you can use your leftovers, put it in the fried rice, and it's cheap.
Yep. So we'll make a fried rice after we've had a pork loin or pork chops or steak or chicken, because then whatever left of that meat, then we'll chop it up really fine. We won't have big humongous pieces. We'll have little small pieces, and then you just buy frozen peas and carrots, an onion, and then some eggs. And then your rice. You're looking at under $5 to feed a whole family of 8.
Yeah, because a mess of rice. You can go, and once again, it's delicious.
And if you cook it properly without a lot of oil, it's super, super healthy.
Yep.
Oh, broccoli. You can put broccoli in it,
Of
too.
course.
And peas. Oh,
Go nuts, baby. Well,
I want fried rice.
Fill some of those out. And other meatless meals, I'm just trying to think, what are some of the things that we have? I mean, it's summer now, effectively, even though it's not officially. But we'll generally put some soups in the meal plan if it's like fall or winter. And one great one that's super cheap is Tortilla Soup. But that one's not going to go on this one because it's a little hot. The red beans and rice is another one but we just had that.
Yeah.
Other stuff that would be, you can do pizza as, oh yeah, that's really great.
Broccoli pasta Alfredo.
Yep.
That's
gotta go on.
That's not a jarred Alfredo. I don't do jarred Alfredo. I make it from scratch, and it is delightful.
Yep.
Okay.
So make sure you get that on there. And I'm going to take a note for this recipe here.
Is there chicken
This one
in
and
there?
that one. No, you can do it anyway. I mean, if you want to have chicken, throw it on there. Do some grilled chicken. So you got the chicken, broccoli, pasta, and the Alfredo, and it's a delicious, cheap meal.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. For whatever reason, I'm having a hard time coming up with blanks for meatless meals. I must be hungry.
Yeah, it's lunchtime. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's lunchtime.
Well, we'll come back to meatless meals. Stuff that we like a lot. How about a pizza night?
I've got that on here.
Maybe you could do a barbecue chicken pizza.
I will definitely do that.
Here's one that might not be a recipe you know, but you should. It's awesome. Lemon chicken and udon noodles.
Oh my gosh, so good.
The udon noodles are those Japanese noodles that are nice and wide. Are they rice noodles?
No, it's a wheat noodle.
They're delicious just by themselves. And they're kind of plain, but for whatever reason, they just have the right amount of salt or something, but they taste really great. And so you've got a lemon chicken, which is like a lemon and butter sauce with the udon noodles, and it's just delightful. And you don't have to put a ton of the sauce to give it a lot of flavor.
Right.
What was the other thing? Oh, this is a budget meal that I absolutely love. It's one of those stick to your ribs kind of meals.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, and you cannot put a lot on your plate because it fills you up super, super fast. So it's the hamburger gravy over mashed potatoes, or you can put it over rice or noodles, whatever you prefer.
Or Texas toast.
Oh, yeah. So hamburger gravy, and it's an easy and very frugal meal to make.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, here's another great one that's meatless that also is a very big kid pleaser, and that is baked potato bar.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It works the same way as salad night because you've got your cheese and your butters, sour cream, whatever it is that you want to put on that baked potato. And that whole meal is going to cost you like $3.
Right. And, you know, I like to make some sweet potatoes along with the regular baked potatoes because it's not a complex carbohydrate, and I like to put just a little bit of cinnamon, sugar, and butter on there, and it, of course, now it's made it not healthy for you, but it's still very tasty.
And we're talking budget, baby.
Exactly.
All right. Another one that you can use the main ingredient for multiple meals is whenever you got a ham. If you buy a ham, find a ham on sale. You can usually divide that ham into several different meals.
Oh yeah.
And one of those meals is au gratin potatoes and ham. So you've got the cheesy potatoes and the ham. Then all you need is a side of like a veggie, and you're off to the races.
Yep.
Now let's see.
Well, and then you can take that if you get a spiral ham, again, like Brad said, you can cut it up into several meals. You can make ham sandwiches, you can make minced ham. Then you can save that bone. I did that this last weekend. I saved the bone from the ham that I had bought, and I put it in the freezer because we like to make a ham and potato soup. And using that ham bone with some of the meat still left on it makes an amazing broth.
Yep. Now, okay. Where are we at? How many you got?
We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13 more meals. Okay, here's one that everybody likes. This would be for a Sunday. Maybe after you've gone to church or before you've gone to church, depending on your time. But this is such an easy meal, and it's cheap. And you can make it with whatever kind of eggs you like, if you like fried eggs, scrambled, whatever. But sausage, gravy, and biscuits.
I've got that on there already.
She already put it on.
We're having a special guest coming that week, so.
Who?
Can't tell. It's
You gotta
a surprise.
Can't tell?
You know who it is.
Well, why are you being so cryptic?
Because I figured it would be a fun video for later.
Well, we're not telling.
Fine.
She said we're not telling.
Yeah, right?
Got to keep quiet on this stuff.
Sheesh.
Another thing, too, is that I think we touched on it a little bit, and that's since it is summertime and it's gorgeous outside, we try to cook outside at least once a week.
Yes.
Over a fire. And so those kind of meals, we've really whittled down to a few that just work great. And, of course, the Campfire Meals is that we were talking about earlier. Hot dogs. I know hot dogs are hot dogs. It's like...
Yeah, it's one of those things that you like the taste of them, but you really don't want to know what's in them.
You don't want to know how the hot dogs are made.
No.
You just want to be able to eat them.
Right. So we do hot dogs rarely.
Yeah, burgers happen more often than hot dogs.
Because we have our own beef. But our grocery bill incorporates the cost of the processing of that animal.
Yes. Here's one that we have not had in a long time, and we're well overdue.
Oh, Skyline Chili? Love Skyline.
Okay, now, when she says Skyline, we don't actually mean like the restaurant, because we don't care for the chili they put on... Okay, I gotta pause. If you don't know what it is, in Cincinnati, there's a restaurant chain called Skyline Chili, and people love it there. It's part of the culture.
Yeah.
But it's not really chili, and it's not really spaghetti. It's just something that works. And what it is they've got this chili sauce that you have with beans or without beans, with onions or without onions, cheese, and they pile it on top of spaghetti noodles.
They pile this much cheese on top of it.
But it's really fine.
It's really fine cheese, and it is so delicious.
And so while we love the idea, we didn't really care for their chili sauce, so we make an actual more Texas-style chili,
right?
And we'll can it up. We'll pressure can it.
And then we'll heat that up when we want to use it, and we'll use 2 quarts for our entire family, and then to make it stretch. Otherwise, we would have to use 4 quarts if we were just having chili. To make that chili stretch, we put it over the noodles, and it is really good. The kids love it, and
fast. Well, and you know, chili's one of those things that's kind of funny because everybody has a recipe that their mom makes. Mm-hmm. And that's the only chili that's good in the world. Or at least the best.
Right.
And so that's kind of, make the chili however you like it and put it over noodles, throw some cheese on top. Great.
Yep.
And the noodles make it stretch.
Right. There was another recipe that I had found recently. We really like chicken Cordon Bleu. However, it's really hard to make chicken Cordon Bleu the way that you get it at the stores, right? It's this
all the perfectly breaded.
Yeah, this pressed thing. Well, guess what? I found a way that you can make it in a casserole. It is really yummy. There's a creamy sauce on there. There's Swiss cheese, and then we use little pieces of like
ham.
Well, yes, pieces of ham. But you can use chicken nuggets or the or chicken breasts or chicken boneless chicken thighs, and that is really tasty. So we'll have to put that on.
Definitely put it on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just less lemon juice this time.
Yeah, it was a little tart last time, but that's okay. She was kind of working her way through the recipe. You know how you're like, when you get anybody's recipe, you're like, less of that, a little bit more of this.
Yeah.
That's how that worked out.
I never follow a recipe to the T.
Another outside meal that we love, and that's bratwurst. Brats.
Yep.
Okay, so make sure you get that on there. And okay, let's talk about one of Mama's favorite meals.
That's Claire's favorite meal, not mine.
You love it too.
I do love it, yes.
Well, it's chicken pot pie.
Wait, what was the last recipe we were just talking about?
Oh, geez, Pete, I forgot. Oh, the brats. Bratwurst.
Oh, yeah.
Brats.
Okay.
But now, chicken pot pie. Not hard to make. Mm-mm. It does get a little pricey depending on how much cream you have to buy.
Well, I don't use cream. I use milk.
Right. Mm-hmm. But some people will be making it with cream, which it's kind of traditionally made.
Okay. Well, and a lot of folks will make it with cream of chicken soup. I haven't used cream of chicken soup in years. It is a super easy way to make your own cream of mushroom, cream of celery, cream of chicken soup. It's easy to do. That's probably a video that needs to be made.
Which one?
Making a cream of soup.
Cream of soup.
Yes. Just how to replace those excuse me, Campbell's cream of
Yeah.
There's so many preservatives and so much sodium in there. It's not healthy for you guys.
Yeah. Another summerish meal rather than a winterish meal is Blt Sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you eat kosher, ditch the bacon, put chicken on there.
Or you can make turkey bacon. You can use turkey bacon.
Sure. And if you're just even a vegetarian, just think of some nice veggies to put on there. I mean, she loves spinach.
Oh, love spinach on my sandwiches.
But I really like bacon, so...
Well, I like the bacon too, but I like to have... You've gone to Subway, right? And you get just lettuce and tomato. No. You pile on all the veggies. Loads of veggies, peppers and onions and spinach. And oh, it's so good.
Yep. Now, where are we at here? We got some Tuesdays. We got a couple Sundays. We also try to arrange where our nicer meals are on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. And that's just because, we want to relax. You've gone to church. And we don't have dinner. It's like a late lunch. Yeah,
it's a late lunch, early dinner, about 2:30. And then if the kids get hungry later on, then they can heat up some of the leftovers.
Yep. How about we generally try to have breakfast as a meal at least once a month, and we've got the
pancakes. You need to have pancakes.
Pancakes are cheap.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Pancakes and corned beef hash. No, that's a little pricey.
Yeah, corned beef hash is... And you got to do it right.
Yeah.
It's hard to do corned beef hash right unless you have a big skillet.
Yeah. So we'll do pancakes and eggs like a regular... Whoa, I think I just swallowed a gnat.
Gross.
Yeah, what's a little extra protein?
Yeah.
So pancakes...
Maybe eggs and bacon.
Yeah, that works.
We have lots of bacon. Lots of yummy bacon.
Excuse me. All right. We got a Saturday open, a Thursday open.
A Saturday, a Tuesday, a Monday, a Thursday, and a Sunday. So we need, and then, so 2 Mondays, 2 Tuesdays, a Sunday, a Thursday, and a Saturday.
Now, when you start drying up with recipes that look like something you want, that's when you break out
The books.
the big guns. So which one you going for, Mama? Amish cooking?
Sure.
All right. And
I
I'll
got
look in
this
here.
book from the Rod and Staff bookstore that's not too far from our family, or from our house.
And one thing that's kind of funny about the Amish cookbooks that we've seen, a lot of them use a lot of processed foods.
Yeah, I have seen that. This one's not so bad. You just have to pay attention.
Yep. All right. There's a chicken pot pie.
There's the index. Table of contents. There we go.
Where are you at?
Let's look for one dish meals. I like those sometimes. They're easy.
I gotta pause for a sec. I've got something stuck in my throat. Sorry about that. I was getting ready to expire.
No.
I get these coughing fits. I know a meal that you've made many times in the past that's really great. It's easy and it's fast and it's cheap and good. What do you even call it? It's like the baked chicken with then stuffing and...
Well, it's chicken breasts or chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs. They're cheaper and honestly, they have a better flavor. I know that the breasts are
Better
healthy
for you.
or they're better for you, but the chicken thighs just have a better flavor. So, chicken thighs, you got a 9x13. Actually, I use a big pan.
Big honkin'
Big
pan.
honkin' pan because we got a big family. So you've got your chicken thighs on one side. Then you have a frozen veggie, green beans, corn, carrots. It's just whatever you want. Frozen veggie. It could even be fresh veggie. It doesn't matter. I just use frozen because that's what we had. So then you have a stuffing mix. You can use stovetop. You can use a Walmart brand. It doesn't really matter. And then you mix up the stuffing like you normally would to eat it. Then you make a log in the middle of the pan to divide the chicken and the veggies. Then you make a cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, however you want, soup, and you pour it over the chicken and the veggies. Not the stuffing, just the chicken and the veggies. And then you bake it for 45 minutes.
Yum.
It's so good and easy, and it's just done.
So get that one on there.
Okay.
And here's another one that's really great for summers. And you'll be surprised because I didn't think our kids were going to like it at first. But they love it. They look forward to it. And that's Caprese Salad. And we'll serve it with bread and like a dipping oil. And if you're not familiar with a Caprese salad, there's a million ways to do it. But the basic thing is you've got nice, thick cut tomato slices. You've got a fresh mozzarella.
And basil.
And then basil, plus a balsamic vinegar over the top of that.
Just drizzle it over.
So nice.
Real nice.
You serve that with some bread, and they're happy, and it won't cost us much of anything because everything came out of the garden. So other things. Did you find any good in there?
Not yet.
Yeah. So I'm looking through our older ones
How about
here.
a meatloaf?
A meatloaf is
We haven't
great.
had
I just
meatloaf
was
in a
wondering
while.
if we had too much meat on there. I mean, I love meatloaf. Meatloaf, beatloaf. I love meatloaf.
Yeah.
Name that movie quote. Oh, spaghetti pie or...
We already have a couple of spaghettis in here.
Okay, so spaghetti's out. I know one thing that you love so much, and it's actually cheaper than you think,
What?
and a nice pork roast.
Okay.
That could be a Sunday.
Okay.
Because depending on how you buy the pork roast, you can get multiple meals out of it.
Yeah.
You got that Sunday there.
Yeah, I was just thinking of when we are having our fried rice, if we should have it a couple of days before.
That is
because
wise.
then there will be some left over.
That is wise.
So we'll do it on actually a Tuesday. Pork roast. So we need a Monday, a Sunday, 2 Mondays, a Sunday, and a Tuesday. That's it.
Okay, how about chicken nuggets?
Chicken nuggets. We could do that.
Because we make them from scratch. We don't buy the bagged up Tyson nonsense.
No, we don't buy. Ugh, yucky.
Here, I'm drawing blanks
What
over
the heck
here.
is porky pie?
Porky pie.
That's funny.
What's it called?
I'm looking through the Amish cookbook, and I've never heard of porky pie. It has sweet potatoes, salt, butter, cinnamon, sugar, ground pork, water, and flour. You cook the potatoes, mash them.
Won't close. It's all good.
You have to put them all back on the other side.
I just put them all on that side.
No, they gotta go on the other side.
Okay.
Milk, brown pork patties, canned sausage.
If you're gonna read, baby, you gotta read louder.
I'm just
it's
skipping
video.
it. Okay,
It's video.
I'm not making that. That looks weird.
Yeah.
Looks really weird. Meatball chowder.
Oh, I know one that's very cheap and good, but we'll have to find some place where we don't still have a lot of meat, and that's chicken paprikash.
Okay.
Or beef paprikash, but chicken's cheaper and a little bit healthier.
Right.
Now, what chicken paprikash is, well, she actually does it in a pressure cooker. And what you do is you've got chicken and a lot of peppers that are not spicy, they're sweet. And they're which color?
Red or yellow.
Red or yellow. You just don't use green.
Yeah, no, you use a sweeter bell pepper.
A lot of onions.
Onions.
And a lot of paprika. And it makes it nice and red-ish, and then you put it over the top of noodles and a dollop of sour cream.
Oh, it's so good.
It is so good.
I got it here. So we got spaghetti, salad. Okay. This is a meatless.
Okay.
Then there's ham. Yeah, we're good.
So we only have that Sunday.
No, and these 2 days.
Oh, sorry. All right, for a Tuesday, what it feels like Tuesday?
You smell like beef and cheese.
You smell like beef. You sit on a throne of lies.
Beef and cheese.
Well, that's funny. There's
Seriously,
a recipe.
called beef and cheese.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We don't have any canned up pulled pork, but we could do it with our Thrive. Pulled pork sandwiches.
Yes.
That feels like Tuesday.
Okay.
So, yeah, pulled pork sandwiches. Usually we'll pressure can some stuff, but lately we've been switching gears and using our freeze-dried food, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food. And if you're interested in finding out more about that, there's a link down below. It's great stuff.
It's a great addition to your pantry. You know, onions, you don't have to chop anymore. You don't have these mushroom or these onions getting all smushy and moldy and gross. They're just already chopped and you just throw them in. You don't have to do anything else. Mushrooms are a fantastic add. Celery is a huge one. Who likes
Floppy celery.
Floppy celery. And one of our subscribers is from England. She called it wangy celery.
I have never. I don't want to know what that means. I have an idea.
It cracked me up because it's.
I have an idea, but I don't want to go there.
So nobody likes celery that is limp.
Fluff.
Everybody likes crisp celery. Now the Thrive.
You keep going, sister.
The
You got
Thrive
this.
celery, when it's rehydrated, is not crisp, but it's great for soups and the cream of soups.
Your trio, what do they call that?
Your mirepoix. You just rehydrate it, and then you saute it in the butter like you would normally, and it is delightful.
All right, so I think the Amish book right now is not yielding a lot of.
No, we're striking out on
recipes.
this one. It's gonna take me some time to find something.
We got to whittle through there.
Yeah.
How about for the Sunday? What if we did? I know it's got to be there, and it's this mystery guest's favorite meal is.
Oh, but he will be up here.
We can always swip it around.
Okay, swip it around.
Swip it around.
Okay.
And that's chicken parmesan.
Oh yes, we'll have to do that.
Chicken parmesan. So just take that one and put it down there and go up there.
No, I have to make that one.
I wasn't saying you don't make it.
No, I know.
Just put it on there.
Put it on where?
Either spot, the Sunday. Like
Okay.
swap them around. Whatever floats your boat, baby.
I'm working on it.
Whatever floats your boat. All right, and we just need the one. Is it a Monday? that's...
A Monday and a Sunday. You know what? We should make it with the spaghetti.
That's fine. That's fine.
Because we would be making spaghetti with it anyway.
Yes. Okay. Another meal that we have pretty often, but not during the summer, is chicken dumpling soup.
Yes.
That's just not a very summery thing.
And that's super delicious.
Yep. And then how about beef tips and rice?
Yeah, we could do that.
We make that with our Thrive beef slices. Mm-hmm. But you can do it with any kind of cut of meat, you know, just get it nice and small. You do your onions, you do your mushrooms if that's your thing, a little red vino if that's your thing. Mm-hmm. And so, here we go. What else? We got one more, right?
Yep.
And that's a Sunday. I know what will go there. Do I? Are there, you got fish tacos there? Okay, so I was thinking like street tacos, but we got them too close by. How about, oh, I know. Pork steaks.
Okay.
On the grill. And what we do with them is I'll marinate them depending on whatever I'm excited about, but we marinate them for at least a day and a half, 2 days. Mm-hmm. Then we'll take some bacon and wrap them. Mm-hmm. And they're about an inch and a half thick. Mm-hmm. And they, when they're prepared right, will rival just about any cut of steak you can get.
Oh my, yes.
You got to be careful not to have too many flame ups on the grill because of the fat coming off the bacon. Mm-hmm. But whoa.
Yummy. I would take that over a beef steak any day of the week.
So there is our our month.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, you go through and tally this stuff up, and you're looking at less than $500, and that's including your sides. Mm-hmm. Yep. Including your sides.
Now, I know a lot of folks are going to ask, well, what do you do for breakfasts? Well, we generally keep a few different cereals. We have loads of eggs from our chickens, oatmeal.
But eggs are only $1 a dozen.
Right. But the kids make their breakfast however they would, whatever they prefer for that morning.
That's not a corporate meal.
No. Dinner is the corporate meal.
Happens every day.
Yep.
And so you don't have to spend a ton of money to eat better, no more chemicals, stay out of the boxed up foods, and you're going to save a lot of money.
Yep.
One little tip when you're going to the grocery store, eat before you go. That's a huge one.
And make your list. Prepare your list after you have prepared your meal plan. And if you don't want to do the by the month, if you do shopping by every 2 weeks, do it by 2 weeks. That's entirely up to you. We just like to do it by the month because we live far away from Aldi. So we plan out our meals monthly so that we can do our monthly Aldi shopping.
And if you can do it, make sure that you plan to swap meals out. Mm-hmm. If you're like, I just don't want to have BLTs today. I want to have some stick to my ribs, hamburger gravy, and mashed potatoes.
Exactly.
That's fine. Just swap them out. Mm-hmm. You know, no big deal.
And if something comes up and you're going out, circle that meal that you missed, and that way then you can put it into next month's plan.
And the ingredients are already bought.
Exactly.
So that's it. We really can do this, and we do this. Mm-hmm. And so I guess with that said, see you later, guys. I'm Brad.
I'm Christa.
You guys have an amazing day.